Well, hello and welcome to Zagreb and to the Zagreb Arena and our coverage of the Men's European Handball Championships as the host Croatia prepare to take on Norway. The scene is set. We are in the main round, 2 groups of 6, aiming to get that top 2 spot that gets you into the semi-final. This is how the group looks at the moment. France, who earlier today beat Sweden 23-17, are top on 6 points. Norway, Croatia and Sweden still sit on 4 points behind them, while Serbia and Belarus sit at the bottom with 0 points. Paul Bray here with you then for this game in the arena, which is filling to the brim for the home nation. And amongst the audience, we have the president of Croatia, Kolinda Grabar-Kiratovic. Seems to be a Jakov Gojun fan. He's actually been to a couple of the other games. So we are all set. And here come Norway, led out by their captain, Bjarte Myrhol, the 35-year-old veteran. Norway, who lost on the opening day in the preliminary stages against world champions France, a repeat of the final of the World Championships last year. They led for almost the entire game and then lost 32-31 at the end. But they then beat Belarus 33-28 and Norway 39-28 to come through to the main round with 2 points. And then added 2 more by beating Serbia 2 days ago, 37-28. A huge cheer as here come the hosts, Croatia. They opened with a huge win over their neighbours, Serbia 32-22, then beat Iceland 29-22, but stumbled against Sweden, losing 31-35, dropping 2 valuable points coming into the main round. They made amends though, albeit with a difficult performance against Belarus. They beat them 25-23, scoring both those goals in the last minute to salvage what was otherwise going to be a surprise result against the Belarus team. So the scene is set here. France appear to have 1 foot in the semi-finals. Who will be the other team to join them? Croatia need to win here today to keep their track to the semi-final open. Same goes for Norway.
Number 5, Sander Sagosen.
Time to introduce Sagosen then at the back. Big name of Norwegian handball. Just 22 years of age, you forget that. Already 279 goals in 72 appearances. Well, the wingers Jondal and Björnsson have both played over 3 hours and 45 minutes in the competition so far. They are the only wingers. That's one of them, Jondal, and that's Björnsson. Talk about work rate, and will that come back to haunt them later? They have no other wingers. They can put back players in there, but that's about it. Tønnesen has been superb as well at right back, supporting Sagosen, while Bjarte Myrhol on the line works so hard. 13 goals in the competition. He's worked 2 hours and 22 minutes of the competition so far on court. Bergerud, goalkeeper, 32% save rate. Picked up a little bit lately, but they've been struggling a little bit, the goalkeepers. And at the end, Espen Lie Hansen, who missed the 3rd match in the tournament, the Austrian game, with a stomach bug. There's the coach, Christian Berger, former great player for the Norwegian national team in his time. Expect now a big cheer. Igor Vori took over the captaincy from the injured Duvnjak. Well, Croatia have made their 2nd allowable substitution. You can replace 2 players in each round by bringing in Alilovic, the veteran goalkeeper, for Pesic. Ironically, the 2 had swapped already earlier in the competition. This follows the replacement of Buntic by Maric for the Belarus game, and that means that Duvnjak, who they thought might come back in the latter part of the competition, won't come back now because they've used their 2 replacements. There's Koplia, who's had a good game so far, 9, just before him Stepancic. Both played right back and they've done such a great job. Sindric and Karacic are the players who picked up the slack at the back with Duvnjak going out, but they don't have the long-range shooting that he has. They are certainly very talented players, though. While Mandalinic has been used very, very economically so far in this tournament, 14 minutes only. Mamic, though, has burst onto the scene. There is Alilovic, the goalkeeper who started the competition, was substituted somewhat as expected by Pesic, who'd been injured at the beginning, but he only made 4 saves from 25 shots, Pesic, and got replaced. Čupić there, with just 4 fingers on his shooting hand. Lost a finger in 2009, hasn't stopped him one little bit. Mamic has been absolutely huge. And at the end, the player who's picked up the slack for Duvnjak, Luka Sindric, 24-year-old who plays for Vardar. On the left there, Lino Šerva gets a bit worked up. Been given a bit of a fine after being a naughty boy in the last game. He tugged on the shirt of a Belarus player on court, right in front of him. Couldn't quite resist it. Referees for the game today from Romania, Sorin Laurențiu Dinu and Constantin Din. The one in the middle isn't the referee, that's the mascot, Tor. So with the officials introduced, it is now time for the national anthems. It will be Norway first. A huge reaction to the Croatian anthem. Teams will swing around. They met 13 times in official competitions, Croatia winning 7, Norway 4 and 2 draws. In European competition, it's 5-1 to Croatia with 1 draw. An important game for both these teams. Whoever loses really loses control of their fate as they go forward. For Croatia, well, we can expect them to see probably Mamic starting at the left back, but Sindric has started there otherwise with Karacic on the left and Stepancic at right back. Strelec and Čupić maybe today. There is Stepancic with 17 goals, a 74% success rate for a back player. Excellent. The 27-year-old who plays in Paris for PSG. For Norway, Jondal and Jonsson, the obvious wingers. They're the only ones they've got. Murol on the line. And let's see, it could well be that it'll be O'Sullivan, Sagosen, and Tunison across the back. Jonsson there, 29 goals, 78% success rate, 10 of those penalties, and 3 assists for the 29-year-old who plays in Germany for Wetzlar. Next to him there, Jondal, the other winger. Christian Berger, then the 44-year-old coach of the Norwegian team, who led them to silver at the World Championships last year, while Lino Šerva, in his second stint in charge of the Croatia team, has been showing himself to be feeling under some pressure in the games, it has to be said. The Romanian referees are going to have their work cut out here today. There's no doubt about it. The atmosphere incredible here in the Arena Zagreb. 15,000 spectators crammed in to every nook and cranny.
Stop!
So we are just about ready. So here we go then, Norway in the blue strip throw off this Group 1 main round match of the Men's European Handball Championship, playing from right to left. Croatia today, the opposition, the host nation, playing in the all-white strip. The flag is out. It never fails to make an appearance at the start of the game, and the crowd give the traditional Zagreb welcome to the Norwegian team. O'Sullivan in the middle, oh, big gap, Muro, what a save! Stevanovic, and a break on by Sindric, who finds the line at the other end. Musa scores, it's that quick. Missed your chance, you pay the price. Sindric teeing it up, oh, brilliant. Stays out, says the referee, no luck on that occasion for Jondal, end to end, Čupić, down the middle, saved by Bergerud. And they fumble around to get the ball away. Now Sindric has got it, trying to rush it, and they pay the price. 2-0. What a start. Strelec, the scorer. 1 minute and 10 seconds played, and they are 2-0 up already. Norway trying to speed away on that last one, and then giving possession away. Last time these two teams met was in the semi-final of the World Championships last year. Norway won after extra time. It's a match that winger Horvat will want to forget. Maybe why Čupić has started today. He missed a key penalty that would have won the match, as Duvnjak, the injured playmaker, stands briefly. Yellow card for Musa after that Mexican standoff. No harm done, though. There was Strelec's shot as they came back underneath the leg of Bergerud. Murol. O'Sullivan. Clips it over the top. Tønnesen running out of options. And the noise is deafening in the arena. Cuts towards the middle. Bit of a blast, but that's going to come back for a free throw. Mamic, the 23-year-old who plays in Poland for Kielce, fouled as he tried to get the shot away. And the great goalkeepers of his generation there looking on. Chanting away. Sindric pulled to the ground. Play on, says the referee, and there may be an action following up a yellow card. Took a while to spot him. And it's O'Sullivan who picks up the yellow card, and there was the save earlier on by Stevanovic. That'll settle his nerves. He's had an up-and-down tournament, just 26% save rate. Stepancic, yes! Sets up Musa beautifully, and the Magdeburg line player scores his second goal, and Norway are reeling here. They sort of expected a brisk start. Well, the shot by Sagosen comes off the post, but falls kindly as Jondal follows up. The winger who plays for Gilgis, Svendborg in Denmark, puts it over the shoulder of Stevanovic. Gets them going after 3.5 minutes. But there was the service for that last goal by Musa. It is utterly deafening in the arena. There's a bit of resin's worked its way onto the floor. Just trying to get rid of it. Players tend to have it on tape they put on the side of their shoe, so if they fall over sometimes and their foot drags, they can leave a streak of resin. So Sullivan at the front of this defense at the moment, pushing up, trying to intercept those crosses. Musa comes out and drops back in again. Long range shot, that goes wide. Mamic, Berger, who well, has got the earplug in on his right ear, suffers from tinnitus. This atmosphere here and the noise isn't going to help. Free throw for Norway. Sindrich complains, he just gets a yellow card as Lino Schervar is the one saying calm down. The old fox. Play on, says the referee. The ball is still with Norway. The shot by Sagerson comes to nothing. He was sent flying into the hoardings. Long range shot, that's work. Takes out his frustration on the goal. Sander Sagerson. Move from Aalborg in Denmark. Tønnesen pulled the defence across and flattened it a little bit for him to be able to drive in behind. There was the early incident where he got sent flying. A shove in the back. 5 minutes played then. 3-2, Croatia leading. Into the keeper. Free throw. Bergerud, who plays for Holstebro in Denmark. 6 of the Norwegians play in Denmark, 6 in Germany, 1 each in France and Hungary. They are much in demand. Let's not forget that they also met in the European Championships 2 years ago. And Croatia beat them for the bronze medal. And Sindrich is down. A 2-minute suspension for Tønnesen. And he is looking in some pain. He comes around, Tønnesen reaches across, pushes him in midair, and oh yes, winded him. Fell flat on his back. Scores the goal, but takes one for the team there. There's the push. Couldn't get his feet back down underneath him and landed heavily. There's the player who's been sent off, Tønnesen. His 6th 2-minute suspension of the tournament. So the goalkeeper has come out for Norway, so they can even things up in attack. So Hullerud has come on now. He'll slot back in on the line. O'Sullivan. Sagerson tries to go through. Been hacked from all directions. And it's a yellow card. And here's for Mamic. Bjarte Myrhol having a word with Berger, the coach, on the line. They just need to soak up the pressure for a little bit here and get into their rhythm, Norway. But for Croatia, what a great start. They had 2 goals on the board inside a minute, all very high. He's got to watch himself. He's on a yellow card already, Mamic. Schervar approves. Passive play is now being called against Norway. Oh, very high. Referees give a 2-minute suspension. They needn't have worried too much. There's the roll. Sagerson gets away. But as he grabs him from behind, he knows he started walking immediately after that. Musa, no point sticking around. It was inevitable. Empty goal still, though, Norway, and that gives them now power play briefly. They're going to try it with a 4-2. Gullerud and Myrhol has try a slightly different approach here. Sagerson. Yes, opened up a gap, clips the post, stays in. Good result, and that's courtesy of Øyvind Tangen, who's only scored 1 goal in the competition so far from 6 attempts. May have been a tad nervous letting rip, but it goes in. Relief for Berger and the team. Goalkeeper is out for Croatia as well. Looking for the line, brilliantly done. Sindric again, the provider. Marino Maric, he was brought in for Buntic in the last match. Makes it 5-3. Look at that lovely pass. Superb, lovely assist and good finishing. Maric, who plays for Melsungen in Germany. Clock has been stopped. A little bit of reorganisation going on. And there's been a yellow card on the bench. Seems to be de rigueur now in this competition for the Croatian team, for the bench to get its quota of yellow cards or 2-minute suspensions. Ball intercepted, the break is on. Strelec, brilliantly done. Oh, lovely touch, drops it down next to the feet of the keeper and left Tangen for dead, turned him inside out. Attacking foul, it's called against Hullerud. Huge share in the arena. There was the steal. Sindric took it. Strelec finished it. Second goal for him. Hangs forever, but then deftly drops it down. 6-3. Stepancic. There's one area where they've probably had a few problems, the Norwegians. It is in defence. That's an attacking foul now called against Croatia. Mamic. Bergerud puts it out. O'Sullivan gets it back. O'Sullivan, not so much a scorer. He's more the goal maker, the number 24. 122 goals for Norway in 86 appearances. And again, Sherva manages to find reason to have conversation with the Romanian referee Dinu. Long range shot, no. Sagosen checks himself and goes back. O'Sullivan, they can barely hear the whistle. There is so much whistling going around the arena. 15,000 predominantly Croatian fans. Sagosen, well, when you're given that amount of space, you'll pay the price. Second goal for the 22-year-old. Almost on the stroke of 10-minute play. Beats Stevanovic. Nice effort by the PSG back player. So Čupić goes in on the line. Was nearly opening up a bit of space. There's holding going on though on Mamic. He gets a free throw. The foul by Murol. In fact, I'm doing Murol an injustice. May well have been Tangen. Sindric, hands off. It's the problem with him playing at the back. Duvnjak has quite a fierce shot, which of course Sindric doesn't. He's got to find the gaps through the defence. But he can also supply the line. We've got a yellow card now for Murol, Norwegian captain. Plays for Skjern, currently leading the Danish league. His 75 goals helping them. Hand off, Stepancic. Well, he tries the long-range shot. It's still in play. Strelec, oh, he's put it wide. Bergerud stayed a long way forwards. It was begging the lob. Instead, he tried to go around him, but the angle wasn't there. Bergerud happy with that. 4 saves from 10, playing above himself today. Here it is again. Spread himself well. Sagosen, it's gone wide. Murol curses as he comes back. Oh, shoulder in, attacking foul. Long range shot, Jondal. Oh, push in the back. Oh, it's given against Norway. Little cross. Bounces off the defender. Penalty is given. Tangen. Konstantin Din points to the 7-meter line. Strelec wins it. So Čupić will step up to take it. He scored 7 from 9 in the competition so far. Oh, beautifully done. Čupić scores. Even the president of Croatia stands to applaud that one. Little broken wrist shot. And that brings him up to 151 goals, a record for Croatia. Edges past the great Ivano Balic. 151 goals in European Championship competition. In a total of 522, the ball is stolen. Strelec away. Stepancic hangs and beats him. First goal of the game for Stepancic as Strelec selflessly gives possession back to him to finish off. He was in a better angle. 8-4 the lead, into the keeper. The ball still in play. Now it's a goalkeeper's ball and the crowd are on their feet. They just won't sit down. There was the action to get that fast break goal. Another steal, and the Norwegians are making mistakes and being turned over. 4 so far in the first half. That's an attacking foul. As Gdansk goes, Karadzic had just come on, no mistake this time. Murol, the captain, after missing his opening shot. 5-8. Pulls one back. There was the save at, or rather the attacking foul, and this is a very, very quick goal. Phase 2, no one back in place. Karadzic was still racing to cover the middle. Great shot. Looks like his shirt's coming apart under the weight of the defence. The line player being pulled in every direction. Musa pushing his way past the combined efforts of O'Sullivan and Murol. Sindric, Stepancic, Karadzic waiting on the far side. He's got a little bit of a jump on him and a shot, Karadzic, but plays with Sindric at Vardar. More of a driving through player. Passive plays being called against them, though, midway through the first half. 6 passes. Musa putting the block on. Stepancic uses it and scores! What a tournament he is having. 2 from 2. Into the wing, a little bit of space, yes! Just over the shoulder. Johnson gets his first of the game. The winger who plays for Wetzlar in Germany. 93 goals for them this season. And that was that huge shot by Stepancic. 9-6. Still Croatia have the initiative here. So having started with Mamic at left back, they've gone back to the formation they've used quite a lot now with Karadzic, normally a playmaker. Club teammate, as we said, of Sindric, playing at the left back position. That came off a defender, took the sting out of the shot. Johannesson, number 23, looking for options. Plays at Gilgi Svenborg with Jakobsen, and again, Stevanovic, 4th save. Picked his day to put in a big performance here, and they score at the other end, and that was all courtesy of a good save at one end. There it is, sucked in the defender. Huge space, and Koplia could come in and finish off. Čupić has a quick look. Job done. First goal for Koplia.
Goal for Norway, number 23.
Not quite the same reaction at the other end, though. As Norway hit back, O'Sullivan stands to cheer. Goran Johannesson gets his first of the day. Adds to 11 in the competition so far. Plays for Georgi Svenborg in Denmark alongside Jondal and Jakobsen. 10-7. Still Croatia have the initiative, but after a good start, they haven't really been able to pull away. Break is on. It's gone rather quiet. A bit of whistling to put him off. Doesn't work. Jondal again. And suddenly, the Norwegians have found another gear. Bjørnsen, I say Jondal, I'm mixed. Combining the two wingers, my super winger. Not sure that would work. There was that last goal by Johannesson, which was then followed up by Bjørnsen's, and Stevanovic frustrated.
Thank you, ladies. What a game between Croatia and Norway. Welcome back to Arena Zagreb. Norwegian fans, hope you're good. You can sing with us.
These great shots that show the emotion, the passion, the power of this game. So play resumes after that team timeout. Croatia on the attack. Croatia so unlucky at European competition. They've been world champions, 2003 Olympic champions twice, but 7 times semi-finalists at the European Championships, same as Sweden, never won it. 3 bronze, 2 silver. Well, a bit of a stumble early on, and it's a 2-minute suspension. And he knows it, no argument from Gullerud. 26-year-old from Minden goes straight off. Stepancic tripped initially, then staggered headfirst into the other 2 defenders through no fault of his own. It was Mamic, in fact. And little option for the referees. So Gullerud, second suspension of the game for the Norwegian team, just as they were fighting to get their way back into this. Sindri straight through Belgorod. 24-year-old from Vardar. Beautifully taken. 18 goals in the competition so far. Goalkeeper's out, trying to even things up for Norway. Tønnesen pulled back from 6 meters, free throw. Mamic says, what's the problem with that? And Tønnesen says, maybe a tad high. Myrhol. Passive play's been called against him. Yes, just smuggled in on the near post. Stevanovic frustrated. There was barely a gap, but somehow Tønnesen threaded it through the eye of the needle. First goal for him. .69% success rate with their shooting, Croatia. 56 for Norway. Stepancic stopped on the line. That was good by Jondal. Stepancic plays in Paris. 18 goals for PSG this season, where of course his teammates were the like of Karabatic and Hansen. There is Tønnesen. He plays in Hungary for Veszprém. Moved there from Fuchs Berlin. Having good season, Tønnesen, 31 goals for them. For Berger, though, so far, it's not quite gone to plan. They made a poor start, Norway. They've managed to steady things, and after going 8-4 down at one point, are now clawing their way back in. Mural has stolen it. He's got the winger. Straight down to Bjørnsen. Oh, good save, Stevanovic! It's been the goalkeeper's day here today. All hail the hero. 15,000 fans go berserk. Whole crowd are cheering his name. 5 saves. Let's not forget, mind you, that Bergerud has also made 5 saves at the other end. The scoreline then, still a 2-goal gap. Norway are back to full strength, but we're past the 20-minute mark in this Group 1 main round match. They'll come back again. France at the top of this group at the moment, courtesy of that earlier win today against Sweden. The 2 teams who won their groups in the preliminary stages, A and B. Oh, brilliant. And the long-range shooting is working, and that's such a game changer. Duvnjak approves. And Marko Mamic, the Kielce left back, lets rip with a fearsome shot. Bergerud well beaten. Berger scratching his head. They'd got back to within 2. He thought they were on a run. It suddenly ground to a halt again, not helped by a suspension. Sagosen. Cornered a bit. In the end, Tønnesen opens up the wing. Big angle now. Bjørnsen, 3rd goal. Bring it back to 2 again. Bjørnsen, who's playing his 3rd European Championship, hangs for a while to open up the angle. Textbook. He scored with a 78% success rate in the competition. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Alilovic, the other goalkeeper. Stepancic, oh, releases the line. Musa, 3rd goal. Stepancic's 3rd assist to release the ball into Musa. The irony is that he was going to struggle to shoot from there. Would have gone across his body. The danger was very much with the line as Berger still contemplates a team timeout. Pacing up and down. For Shervar, so far, so good. Musa sends Johannesson back, gets a free throw. Sagosen, who's been marked very closely. Oh, that came off the feet of Mamic. What a shame, because the connection with the line was completely missed by Tønnesen. And finally, it is a team timeout for Norway. Well, they got themselves back within 2, Norway, but the run has been stalled now.
Ladies from the desk.
Važna je sada ova obrana je važna. Ne mogu oni nama probiti zonu, razumite? Na 2, 3, 4 i 5 mora biti kompaktni. Anticipaciju radi da je otjeraš ga i onda se vratiš nazad. Razumiješ? Ne može nas probiti tamo na pola metra. Nemoj izlučivati, neće ti suditi. Znači moraš biti agresivan. Ajmo, ajde!
So the timeout over. Each team has now used 1. 3 in total per team, 1 in each half. 1's a floater. Only rule is he can't use 2 in the last 5 minutes. As Tønnesen lets rip with a long-range effort. His 2nd goal of the game. Once more, they are back within 2. Problem is, every time they get there, Croatia then pull away. Karacic is the playmaker. Mamic at left back. started the game in that position, the 23-year-old. 42 internationals for Croatia, 69 goals, Mamic. Here, he's now ended up on the right-hand side. He's way inside the area. Stepancic, oh yes! Straight through two defenders. And goalkeeper won't have seen that come until the very last second. Espen Christiansen, who's literally just come into goal for Norway, is beaten. And there was the goal. Karadzic scoring. But I'm afraid at the other end, things haven't quite gone so well, because within 20 seconds, he went from hero to villain. 2-minute suspension. Bit of a hack at the other end. And Igor Vori is slowly moving up the bench. Line player took over the captain's armband from Duvnjak. Stolen by Strelec, but in trying to throw it back to one of his own players, just threw it down court. Christiansen's put it back in play. Norway come back. Sagosson's got a bit of space. Stepancic knew it. He's cursing himself. Stood back. You can't give the space, and Sagosson drives in. No defender was there. Mamic even stood off at one point. Murol was behind him. So no goalkeeper for Croatia. Stevanovic has come off. Stepancic. Sindric is back again, while Karadzic is serving his 2-minute suspension. Strelec has a foul there anyway. Sindric has played for an hour and 45 minutes coming into this tournament. He's been spared reasonably well. Karadzic 2 hours and 20 in rotating duties. Oh yes! And with less than 5 minutes to go, Sindric once again restores the 3-goal lead. And Norway just can't get past that 2-goal gap. Save, Stevanovic, number 6. There's the opportunity. It wasn't a bad angle either for the shot. Inside post was begging. Tried to put it around hip height, but Stevanovic pushed his hips out and just edged it away. Play's been stopped. We've had a bit of mopping going on with all the sweat on the players' shirts when they go down. So Vori goes up to Stevanovic, gives him a pat on the back, the captain. Nice little gesture. Encourage them. And that's a bit of treatment being given to Stepancic. Hopefully nothing too wrong. At the moment, Koplia is at that position. Musa, the connection wasn't there. It's given to Norway. Mamic thought it should have been theirs. Christiansen's passed it now. They come away quickly. Straight through, and another good save. And Johannesson was looking at the referee as if to say, someone pushed me. But he was right there, the referee, nothing given, and back they come. Shooting stats just won't take off for the Norwegians, 55% compared to the average 66% they've managed so far in the competition. It's so loud that Sindric has to go almost right up ear to ear with Mamic to give instructions. Mamic. Sindric pulls around. Koplia. Stolen. Still have to score it, mind you. Johannesson makes no mistake this time. Second goal for the 23-year-old. Takes off, hangs for a bit, waits for the goalkeeper to commit himself. Well, 13 players in the Norwegian team remain from that which won the silver medal in Paris last year, losing the final to host France. A couple of newcomers since then, Henrik Jakobsen and Goran Sørheim, neither of which have come on. The ball's loose and up court, but it goes out to the side of Christensen, who wants the floor mopped. There's a streak of sweat. Sindrich there, good save for him. It'll boost his morale a bit. Christensen, the 32-year-old goalkeeper for Minden in Germany, beats Sindrich. So Vori comes into the play, big cheer for him. Vori, who scored 590 goals for his country in 244 appearances. He was in the team that won the World Championships in 2003 and Olympic gold in 2004. The only remaining one in the squad with that kind of pedigree from those days. Penalty is given. And no doubt for Konstantin Dean, who points straight to the 7-meter line. Stepancic standing, jumped into him effectively, and the save comes for nothing. There it is, there's the shove, there's a slap in his ribs. Still have to score it. We've got to beat Stevanovic, who's made 7 saves so far from 20 shots. Up steps Bjornsson, scored 10 from 12 in the competition. And adds another one. And suddenly they've managed to get back to within 1 goal. It's been a while since they managed to string 2 back-to-back goals. Goes back to goals that made it 10-7 and 10-8. It's that long ago. Coming close now to the last minute of the first half. Karacic looks at the clock. Karacic into the wing. It was touched though on the way out. Bjornsson, I think, seems to be the one who touched it, although he was racing for the fast break. We are well inside now, the last minute of play before the half-time break. Stepancic, yes! And still, the 100% record remains. 3 from 3 into the line. Shove in the back by Sindrich. Murol sent flying. Stepancic can't believe it. There was the little handoff for that goal at the other end. Stepancic straight through the hands of the defender. Frustration for Christensen. So there's still plenty of time for this Norwegian attack. Murol, the player who was fouled, is going to take the throw. Vori pushes up at the front of a 5-1 defence. Keeping a particularly close eye on Sagosen with his big shot. 25 seconds to go. Sagosen. Hands off. It's not moving quick enough. The passive plays against him. It's gone in. Tønnesen. Back to within 1. Seconds ticking away. Maybe one last shot. Yes, Vori. Penalty is given. Vori celebrates. Wry smiles from Esper Lee Hansen. He stops. And they would say, well, he is inside the area. So, hug from Stepancic. Horvat will take it. Deftly done, a little lob. And the president of Croatia, Kolinda Grabar-Kirakovic, approves as he restores the 2-goal lead at the break. Former captain of the Croatian team, Horvat, his last action of the half. Christensen commits himself and leaves himself open to that lob. Nicely done. So the half-time buzzer, and his only action has been to restore the 2-goal lead at the whistle. So at half-time here in Zagreb, it's Croatia 17, Norway 15. Well, what a first half. What a storming start by Croatia, and a two-goal lead very early on, which made all the difference. 61% of their attacks succeeding, 71% of their shooting, which is around where they've been in the competition so far. 58% for Norway, below par for them. 8 turnovers for Croatia, 4 for Norway, but still they've managed to stay on top and score 4 fast breaks against Norway, who normally see that as their bread and butter. Jonsson top scoring in the game with 4 goals, Tennyson and Sagosen on 3, while Musa, Stepancic and Sindric all on 3 for Croatia. Well, the story of the first half here in the Arena Zagreb was very much about a good start by Croatia. Stevanovic alert in goal, and you can see 3-0 up very quickly before Norway could catch their breath. Eventually they got back into their rhythm, but they've never managed to get themselves in front. Constantly had to do the chasing. So at the interval, it's 17-15 to Croatia. We're going to take a break as well, but join us again in just a few moments for the second half. We'll see you then. Welcome back to the Arena Zagreb, and the noise still deafening here. Half-time in this Group 1 main round match, and the hosts are keeping their semi-final hopes on track, leading 17-15 against Norway. It has been a hard-fought first half. Sindric, that man there, 3 goals so far in the game. The Vardar Skopje playmaker. He's been so instrumental in helping his club stay top of their group in the Champions League. He together with Karacic and Čupić. Alilovic, goalkeeper, called back into the squad after initially starting out, then being replaced by Pesic. So final formalities underway here. 60% success rate on their shooting for Norway in the first half, which is below their usual 66%. Bergerud, who started well in goal for Norway, but then went a little bit cold, made 5 saves, was replaced by Christiansen, only 1 from 5. Much for Berger to think about here in the second half, but every time they got back to within a goal, the Croatians opened up the gap again, as demonstrated by Horvat on the buzzer at the end with that penalty. So we're just about ready. So there we go, Croatia throw off the second half of this main round match in Group 1. They are leading 17-15 against Norway. So the starting lineup is the same at the back, and in goal the only difference is Vori has started ahead of Musa. Stepancic, well, comes up against his club teammate Sagosen at PSG. Couldn't quite finish his shot. That did go in though. Bjarte Murol, the captain, gets his second. And Berger smiling. I'm not sure what he said on the way past, but it was rather a comical goal. He got a big shove in the back by Čupić, but then steadied himself. What a pass from behind though. Johannesson. Probably trying to tell his boss that that was entirely what he meant to do. And Mamic gets his second. Quick throw-off taken by Norway, seem intent on upping the tempo here in the second half. Sagosen there. And there was the cut-through by Mamic, and the defender completely wrong-footed. And there the two club teammates at PSG crashing into each other. Clock has been stopped. Plenty of mopping going on today. Vori at the front of a deep 5-1 defence. In the centre, it is Johannesson. O'Sullivan didn't quite manage to inject enough pace in the attack. Oh dear, that was a bit of a clumsy effort by Čupić, who drags Björnsson to the ground. And the referee's coming over to check. The ball broke. There it is, and Björnsson ran for it. And you can see how he's being pulled from the back and wrestled to the ground. He seems to be okay. So Johannesson, 1.93 m. Big, strong player for the centre. Here he comes. Back to Sagosen. Now he's got space.
Goal for Norway, number 5.
Every time they've stood off, he's punished them. Berger applauds that, and again they're back within one. Mamic, Sindric. Bergerud, who's returned to goal after having a bit of a break in the first half, while Christiansen covered duties. Sindric came off the foot of a defender. Accidental. It's taken straight away. Oh, that was nearly intercepted. And Mamic, attacking foul, is it? No. Well, I've got some sympathy, I have to say, for Björnsson, who's just about getting up now. Mamic goes in. He jumped into him a little, which probably didn't help his cause too much. And again, the 2-goal lead comes back. It's the third goal for Mamic from 4 attempts. Vori managing very well at the moment to cut those crossovers that the Norwegians like. That very wide play with the long sweeping passes. They move from side to side and try and move the defence, but they can't do that with Vori at the front. Forces Johannesson to go a long way back. Now he comes in with a bit of drive, looks for the wing. And Vori taking Johannesson to task. There was a long think about it, but eventually Sorin Laurentiudinu points to the 7-metre line. Seemed to ponder it. Murol, though, had no doubt as Čupić gives away the penalty. Is there a gap there? Well, the defender is inside at that point. So Björnsson, who scored 1 in the first half already. He's up against Alilovic. Straight over his shoulder. And the first action, the veteran keeper, I'm afraid, is to fish it out of the net. Straight over. Goal number 5 for Björnsson, 2 of them from the penalty line. And Alilovic has gone straight off again. Stevanovic returns in good game. Croatia, of course, qualified automatically as hosts. Looked like an attacking foul, but there was some holding going on already before from Björnsson, as Duvnjak looks on somewhat anxiously. Norway qualified second in Group 7 behind France, drawn together ahead of Lithuania. And that's a penalty. Long think about it. Let's have a quick look and see. Did he manage to stay in front? But he was inside the area, say the referees. Duvnjak applauds the action. Čupić. And scores. Second penalty of the game for Čupić. 5 minutes played in the second half. Three goals apiece so far. Land off down the middle. Oh, great height on that. Goran Johannesson plays for Gilgis Svendborg. 86 goals for them in the Danish league this year. 11th top scorer. That's the kind of shooting that's getting him there. Look at the height on this. Stevanovic, I think, even has to be impressed with that. Sindrich then, Mamic comes around. Free throw. Sagosen scored 52 goals for PSG this season in the French league. Still only third at the moment. Sindrich back again to Vori. It's a free throw. He wanted a bit more. Tønnesen getting in the way. Sindrich smiles wryly. Been an amazing atmosphere in the arena all evening. Tries to go through, Mamic into the wing. There's a bit of space, yes, inside post. He teased Björnsson off the line and put it back inside Strelec. It's his third goal. Tønnesen. Johannesson, passive plays now being called. 6 passes, they've got to find some way through. Good defending by Croatia, but eventually they give a little bit too much room to Sagosen. He gets a shot away, but Stevanovic reacts well. 8 saves. %31% save rate for the Croatian keeper. Trying to get in front of Vori, and a penalty is won. Again, stepping around to get in front of him, Johannesson left the door wide open behind. Sagosen queries the decision. See it again. Manages to get the ball. Any kind of shot will do to get the penalty. Čupić. And he scores again. Third penalty. 3-goal lead restored. Just went for pace, really. The goalkeeper so far forwards. The Norwegians have, at times, tried the 5-2 attack with this defensive formation. Possibly something to think about, but you do get worried about the turnovers when you do that. Sagosen, 2 on the line now, into the line, yes, Murol! And Sagosen turns provider. Murol gets his 3rd goal, and the Norwegian assistant coach Borgelunde seems happy with that. 2 went up to block him, both let go of Murol. Better communication needed. Mamic Vori holding his own in the centre at the moment. Big line player, 100 kilos, 2 meters and 3, a bit of a beacon there. Stepancic back again. That ball is stolen. Nothing, say the referees. Good call. They are streaming forwards. Vori is struggling to get back into the wing. Could have done a better pass. Great stave. Stevanovic, number 9. And Norway are proving very wasteful. And they hit back at the other end, and they punished it. Their finishing is letting them down. 10 minutes played, Strelic's 4th goal and the 3-goal lead restored. It all started with Stevanovic in goal. One of those days, and he says getting a thick lip here. Crowd doing their best to unsettle the Norwegians. It's a reception everyone can expect when they play Croatia here. Ball stolen unfairly. Vori making friends with Konstantin Dean, the referee. Straight into him. No harm done. There was the push that led to that free throw. And Vori. Lovely little interaction. Oh, pulled from behind, looks to find the wing. And he's off already, Stepancic, for the foul on Johannesson, who's just going off for a substitution. Stepancic is the player who goes. Oh, I like you so much. You're doing a great job. And there was the foul that got Stepancic sent off. Clumsy effort. Bit of theatrics by Johannesson, just to make sure. So now they are going to attack 4-2 with a shortened defense. He hesitated, shuffled a bit, then took off again. And Tønnesen, the indecision in the end, proves costly. Just when they had the extra player, by the time he took the shot, he was over the line anyway. Referee whistling straight up court. So goalkeepers come out for Croatia. Mamic, Sindric. Little acceleration to find space, straight through the gap. That's beautiful. 4th goal for Sindric. And the gap is opening.
94-20. Croatia has +4 versus Norway.
A 4-1 turnaround. 2019 has become 24-20, and again, nothing's working. Berger must be thinking, is it time to use my green card? There was the goal by Sindric. And there was the shot, clipped the post and stayed out. Luck is not going the Norwegians' way either. For Lino Scherva, so far so good. Sindric again goes looking, Mamic, there was space there, but it's a misconnection with the wing, and there's no goalkeeper, and Berger, who didn't look up. Stevanovic somewhat relieved to get back in goal. Yeah, at least back at full strength again, Croatia, as Sagosen is fouled. But for now, it's Kopliau who's come back on again, and he's the one who fouls Sagosen. Team timeout call by Norway. Berger just needs to readjust things here as Norway trail by 4 goals, 13.5 minutes into the second half. So play resumes after the team timeout for Norway. Tries to go through the ball, dribbles past Murol, but there's a foul anyway. They'll come back against Sagosen again. He's throwing himself into everything, while Croatia have now pressed into defense. Jakov Gojun, 31-year-old who plays for Fuchs Berlin. Veteran of 165 internationals, a defense specialist. Well, Dinu, the referee, is finding something to smile about. O'Sullivan returns to the attack. Good save, still in play though. And Bjornsson's picked up the loose ball, but we've got a 2-minute suspension. Igor Vori, bit of pushing. There it is, that shove there. They let play go on. While Sagosen looks to the referee, the other one reacted. And Dinu has sent off Vori for 2 minutes. Well, they have to use this really well now, this power play, Norway. Sagosen, brute force, over 100 kilometers an hour, his 5th goal. Simple effort, defense stands back, he goes in and helps himself. Goalkeeper comes out. So Marino Maric returns to play on the line while Vori is off. Maric, who has played for just 3 minutes so far in the game, in the first half. Mamic in the middle. Switches back, Sindrich. Oh, lovely supply. What a playmaker he is. Cheeky little pass, bounces in to Marino Maric. He gets his 2nd goal. Look at that, straight through the legs of Gullerud into the line, and they pull one back. It's Gullerud himself. Lovely supplying to him, Sagosen. Sagosen's 3rd assist in the game. So goalkeeper is out once more. We're past the midway point in the 2nd half, with Croatia holding a 3-goal lead. We've got about 15 seconds on the suspension to continue if I can get the goalkeeper back in again. Koplia, Sindrich with one of those darting runs. Mamic into the line. Brilliant. And Maric keeps on popping up in the right place at the back. They've just managed to get Stevanovic back in goal at the end of the suspension, but before he can even get his bearings, Sagosen scores his 6th goal. End-to-end stuff here. Just 3 goals in it. It could turn so quickly. And on the bench, Jakov Gojun is getting an absolute earful from Lino Sherva, the coach, who doesn't seem too happy with his defending. Berger deep in thought. Sindrich. Oh, yes. So simple. Mamic just drives in. 4th goal for him. And the 23-year-old who plays for Kielce in Poland. 38 goals for them this season. Slams one away for Croatia here. 13 minutes to go for Norway to find something to turn this around. 79% shooting efficiency for Croatia. So maybe no surprise that Bergerud has now come off and been replaced once more by Christiansen. Looking for the wing, bit of space. Lovely lob. Flicked it from behind. That was a touch of class. Jondal. But the defense is so pressured, just giving no space. So what can Christiansen do, the Minden goalkeeper? Had a torrid time in the first half, 1 save from 5. Sindrich. Mamic again, Vori, who's returned now into the wing. Big angle for Strelec, inside post. Strelec scores. Goal number 5. And a 4-goal lead. And Norway just can't close the gap. Strelec, who plays for Kielce in Poland alongside Mamic. Hangs, opens up even more of an angle. There's no chance there for Christiansen with that kind of angle. And they've just not been able to get any kind of organisation. Oh, at the back. On Sagosen, goes down flat on his back. Vori is trying to say, oh, well, I just put my hand up. He bounced off it. O'Sullivan releases the ball. He comes in. Was there a push or was it just... Holzer said he does push him back. And it is a 2-minute suspension. The whole bench are in on it as well. But Vori gets his second suspension of the game. He did put pressure. And while that's happening, Stepancic has now picked himself up a 2-minute suspension as well. So they've got to take another player off. He's gone off, but they've still got too many on there. There's Stepancic. Double suspension then for Croatia. But if there was ever a moment when Norway need to step up and really use a power play, this is it. They can get a couple of goals here and start to pressure Croatia. O'Sullivan. Sagosen. Oh! And with the 2 extra players, it's intercepted. What a mistake, and Strelec scores. And that sums it up, really. Huge mistake, and the throw-off is taken too quickly. They are wasting their time. Sagosen gifted the goal. Oh dear, Strelec steals and takes it. And that was a big moment psychologically, when only 4 defenders can turn you over with a full team. And if O'Sullivan just needs to be replaced again with Johannesson for a while. Just never looks like he's quite going to shoot. Johnson gets his 6th goal. There was that steal by Strelec. Little 1-2. And then he goes straight through. Horvat, the player who went with him, who's now come on for Čupić. So empty goal for Croatia. It still leaves them short-handed. Karacic, they got the fast players at the back. Kropliar's gone deep in the wing while Horvat plays at the back. Passive plays being called now. Sindrich switches back and scores. Well, Norway are making a rod for their own back here. And again, the throw-off is too quick. They have conceded 2 goals while there has been a double suspension. And it's Sindrich who turns back inside Tangen. He would have been inside the area anyway. He beats Christiansen. And Sindrich's industry pays off. Well, what a turn of affairs for Norway. Team timeout.
What a game, 30-25. Croatia still down by 2 then.
The Norwegian fans somewhat in the doldrums as play resumes. Sagosen makes amends for the earlier mistake. 7th goal for him, but still they trail by 4 and we're well into the last 10 minutes. And Croatia back to full strength again. After a 2-1 turnaround while they were actually on a double suspension. As Alilovic gets instructions and is sent into goal after making a very good start to the game. Stevanovic has gone a little off the boil. That bounced straight past the face of the goal, Christiansen. There's little doubt that Norway have struggled a bit on the goalkeeping front. In fairness, they might say also that it's because the defence hasn't been quite up to scratch for Norway throughout the competition. It's been the one area for improvement for them. Switch back again. Oh, brilliantly caught in the air and shot before he landed by Tønnesen. Couple of goals without reply. They have been few and far between for the Norwegians. Beautifully placed and Alilovic well beaten. Karacic. Sindric has gone left for the moment. Pass. Penalty. Pushed in the air as he went to shoot. Karacic. Sagosen goes for a word with Soren Laurentio Dinu. Tønnesen was inside the area. Look at the reaction from him. That's what it means to him. Horvat scores. Second penalty. Horvat. He famously missed that penalty that would have put Croatia into the final against France last year in Paris. He was distraught afterwards. Norway went on to win the extra time. At least that was the last encounter between these two teams. Croatia can put that ghost to rest now if they can win here today. Nice little cross. Finding a bit more success when they come a bit further round and get away from that deep central defence. They just need the line pair to come out and try and flatten it enough to get past that point. Three goals in it, it's not much. But Norway will be ruining the fact that they so mismanaged that double suspension earlier. Team timeout, Croatia. With just about 6 minutes of the match remaining. So far, so good for the Croatians.
Mučili smo se cijelu utakmicu, pa da im samo damo na glavu unutra, u obranu i mogu pucati samo sa bokova, to su naše lopte, Ti ga tjeraj da on mora njega riješiti za leđa, a ne kasnije, prije. Znači do gola sad igra, pa gola igra, ne damo i loptu, ajde, isto cilj! Når duellen kommer, ikke rygg i duellen, bare kom foran Gullerud, du kan ikke forlate, er du med? Du kan ikke forlate Karacic, gå på bestussene, støtt opp, er vi med? Så får vi heller ikke komme etter på en annen plass. Ikke så enkelt at de får å stusse seg gjennom.
It's that noisy in the hall that the players, even right next to each other, can barely hear what they're saying. Play resumes then. 6 minutes for Croatia to hang on and take points here. They will keep them on track for a place in the semi-finals. Both these teams, they've got staggered matches now. Instead of 3 a day in these groups of 6, playing 2 a day up until the last day when everyone's going to play. So the table can look a bit lopsided sometimes. Not all the teams have played the same number of matches, but here these two have. Their last remaining match, Croatia face France, the world champions, while Norway are up against Sweden. That'll help. Zlatko Horvat. First goal from open play for him. 4 goals the lead. Alilovic, is it? No, I beg your pardon. Stevanovic rather back in again. Alilovic has been given just 3 minutes and 48 seconds of play. Johannesson looking on as Stevanovic, though, made the save. Did well. With a push you could see as he went in. There was Horvat at the other end. Very close to being on the ground. 5 minutes to go. Time is running out for Norway here. It's been a furious Croatian defence. Great save, Stevanovic, who's chosen a good day to play his best match of the tournament, the goalkeeper. 11 saves for Stevanovic. 31% save rate. 4.5 minutes to go. Sindrich. Free throw, he comes back again, looks at the clock. It's running down. The pressure is mounting now on Norway. 4 minutes and a 4-goal gap. Kopliar saved, goes off to the side though. Possession stays with Croatia. Bergerud, both teams have been changing their goalkeepers rather freely. It's the Holster ball keeper who's back in. Earlier today in the first match, France beat Sweden 23-17. 19 saves by Vincent Gérard, their goalkeeper. Could say that Ivan Stevanovic may well have made a play for the man of the match here today. Although Sindrich has worked like a Trojan up front. Into the wing again. The ball is rather lofted. And again, Stevanovic makes a fantastic save. Number 12. Well, it's put a smile on the Croatian president's face. Off at the inside post, then covered it. Brilliant. He is a hero in the arena today. They are singing his name again and again and again. Even Lino Chervar is smiling. He got a job doing that during a match. 2.5 minutes to go. And Croatia surely are heading towards 2 very valuable points here. Passive play's been called against them. Oh, wide of the post. He races off. Mamic goes on to cover in defence. Got to think about goal difference right now, the Norwegians as well, as that comes off the defensive wall. Berger looks on, but I think he knows that their chances have gone. Epitomised, I think, by that failure to take any advantage from a double suspension. They've just not quite played as freely as we've seen them play in the competition so far. Croatian defence has been hugely physical, very deep, and has really disrupted their build-up. And coupled with that, Stevanovic has been on fine form at the back. Long-range shot, Stevanovic again! 13th save! Clips it onto the post, it stays out. And the goalkeeper from Karet and Schaffhausen still comes out on top. Doesn't matter what he does, he's just blocking them from the wing, from the back on the fast break. And another team timeout's been called. So it looks as if Croatia can now avenge that defeat last year in Paris. That said, of course, it was Croatia who came out on top in their last Euro meeting in Poland in the bronze medal playoff 2 years ago, 31-24. Here today, the Norwegians have hung on, and they've been 2-3 goals behind sometimes, but in the latter stages of the game, Croatia have opened up a bigger gap, and the Norwegians have really lost their footing on the back of it. Karadzic switches it back into the wing. There's nothing there for Strelec. Sindric. Karadzic, that comes off a defender. It'll be a throw-in from the corner, and we've got about 40 seconds of the match remaining. Passive play. Low shot, and that goes wide. Nothing given. Norway with an iron goal difference now in what could be a tight group. Jonsson, Sagosen, he's just not be able to exert the kind of control we used to. Tønnesen into the keeper, save number 14 for Stevanovic, and a huge roar in the arena, and that is the last action of the game. As if to underline his incredible performance, Stevanovic saves and is then swamped by his players. Berger shakes hands with his counterparts. It wasn't to be for Norway today against the Croatian team who defended fiercely. And that man there was instrumental at the back in keeping them out. 14 saves. The final result here in Zagreb, Croatia 32, Norway 28.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have
Smiles all round in the arena. 15,000 spectators have been treated to a great performance by Croatia. Much more emphatic win than the troubles they had in their previous match against Belarus and that defeat against Sweden. It's come good today, and Sherva can smile again. To Murol, I'm afraid, today was a tough one. They have a next match then coming up against France to maybe seal that semi-final place. They keep control of their destiny, though. So it's in fact going to go to Strelec. 6 goals from 7 attempts and 2 assists for Strelec. The left winger from Kielce in Poland. Henrik Zakur of the EHF reminds him we just need to do a quick photo with you. Might have been tempted to look at Stevanovic, but let's not take anything away from Strelec's strong performance here, some of his best moments.
Thank you for a great evening.
So Croatia can dream again after some lackluster performances. This was maybe the turning point, although Norway really failed to put real pressure on them. Never highlighted more so than well, they know who they wanted to see win it, and in fact they've given him the award. That's a nice touch. Very nice touch. And the spectators are not going to want to go home tonight. They're going to settle in for a long spell to join in the celebrations with the team. 71% success rate on their shooting. While Sagosen and his teammates gather, they've got to pick themselves up and then come back and beat Sweden. And President Kolinda Grabar-Kiratovich joining in with the singing in the arena. Wearing the number 10 shirt of Jakub Gojun, who was on court for 16 minutes in the match. And so with that win here today, Croatia position themselves nicely in the group with France. 2 teams who will be head-to-head. And they're going to move around the arena and thank their supporters who've been fantastic here. Sindrich also played superbly with 5 goals, 4 assists. Well, Stepancic went to the 20 mark. And also let's remember that Čupić scored 3 penalties and one of them took him past the great Ivano Balic in terms of numbers of goals scored at European Championships. Duvnjak has joined them on court. He goes straight to Stevanovic. Duvnjak, who I suspect we may well not see again. I'm sure his club coach at Kiel, Alfred Gislason, may not be too keen on seeing a recall. Just let you enjoy these scenes in the Arena Zagreb. Croatia, who played all their preliminary round matches in Group A in Split. So this, for many of the fans here who didn't come to the opening match in Zagreb, their first opportunity to see their Euro team. Managed to exploit the defensive lapses of the Norwegian side. So as we look at the scenes of celebrations here, we will let you enjoy that. For Norway, disappointment. They have lost control of their fate somewhat here. It wasn't to be their day. So the teams head off. This is how the table looks then. France stay top on 6 points ahead of Croatia, also on 6 points. Goal difference separate them. Norway, despite the defeat, stay ahead of Sweden, both on 4 points in 3rd and 4th, with Belarus and Serbia. Didn't play today, they are at the bottom on 0. We've got 2 more days of matches still to come before this group is decided. 65% of their attack successful, 68% on their throwing for Croatia, while it was 57% for Norway. 9 turnovers to Croatia, 6 to Norway. Didn't make too much change, and Croatia had 6 2-minute suspensions in the match, but still managed to finish off ahead. Strelec, man of the match, top scored for Croatia with 6, Sindrich on 5, Sagosenat scored them all with 8, still ends up on the losing side, while Bjornsson got 6 of his own. In the end, it was a very quiet last 5 minutes with no goals, but by then the damage had been done by Croatia, who had a good final run here. So that's it. Points for Croatia, a 32-28 win over Norway. We hope you've enjoyed the match. Thanks for watching. We've enjoyed your company. But until next time, from me, Paul Bray, goodbye.
Thank you.